Hello, hello. It is the beginning of the week, and Marco and I have a very, very important day today because, as I mentioned in the previous vlog, we are in the process of Series A, meaning that we are looking for more funds to continue building and growing and scaling ONE of US Mezcal. And it is a huge step for me as a first time entrepreneur, 25 years old in alcohol business. Because one thing is when you dream big and then you go all in into something that you truly believe in and you develop that project with all your might and heart and you give it all. And now at this point, I have the product in the market. It is on the shelves of hotels, bars, and restaurants. We have an e-commerce platform where people can directly purchase a bottle of One of Us, and it's there, it's real, and it's working. And for us, in order to grow that, now we need extra help with funds. I know that a lot of companies are going through this stage. Sometimes I get sold on those stores where people start a business with $0 and then they grow it on their own with no external help, and then they sell the company for millions of dollars. And those stores are like, wow, this is crazy. My store is a little bit different. I couldn't start an alcohol brand with zero funds, and I cannot continue building the vision that we have for this brand just with the means that we have on our own. I know what One of Us is, and I know what we can build. And I know that it is very, very, very possible with the right team, with the right strategy, and with the right product. At this point, we have the team, we have exceptional product. And now the additional funds will help us to execute the strategy that we already have in place. The nervousness comes from the excitement because, wow, first of all, I am at this very moment and it's happening. And at some point, none of this existed. It is the opportunity that we created for ourselves, in a sense, from the idea of studying something. But I saw this in my head and I knew that somehow it is possible, and the research that I did further just reinforced that what we're building has a place to exist. It goes, One of Us goes beyond us. Starting from the people, from Jacinto and his family, his workers, his team, Sarah, Roselvi, and Nayeli, all of us in Oaxaca, starting from that team to now Marco and I, Walid, Miriam, Adrian. This is the team and all the retailers and vendors, distributors. It's a family, and this is what we are building all together, not because somebody is forcing us, but because we truly love what we have. Excited about this specific meeting because we met with that gentleman that works with a company that invests specifically in alcohol beverages. And we talked to him a while ago, but we weren't ready at that time. It was just Marco and I and our store, and we're like, yeah, we can do this. And he just looked at us and he said, okay guys, come back to me later when you're ready. At this point, we have everything and we are ready to welcome new partners in One of Us, to become One of Us, and to start building this together. One of the biggest lessons that I have learned as a first time female founder, at this point I was 23 years old, I'm 25 now, and I learned that from my grandpa, because in the very beginning, a lot of founders, they really fight for the equity in the company, and equity equals control, meaning that you make all the decisions in the company. And a lot of founders, they are trying to protect equity with all the cost, but at some point you reach the stage where you need to build this with others. And there is a saying that if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go farther, go together. And I don't know if I said it right, but you got my point. It is better to own less equity in the company that worth something than 100% equity of the company that doesn't worth anything. And then at that time, Marco and I, we shifted our mindset that it's not about protecting the equity at all cost, while it's important, but it is more about finding the right partners and share the cake with others who truly believe in this and build this together. Now it's a matter of bringing the right people on board. And this is like number one, the right people on board. So wish us luck.
Was going to be here. That's kind of the keyword there. Okay. Thank you for reconnecting and sending kind of update information. It's great to see progress. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, you too, Gustavo. Send us your address so we can ship you a bottle.
All right, take care, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
And I do believe that for one of us to participate in acceleration program would be good regardless for visibility, for potential capital, but we just cannot rely on that event. You know, we need to keep going and looking and searching. So yeah, in August. But right now it's like I don't know what to say. But at
It's
this
okay.
point,
I think meetings like this is a testament
my favorite word.
that just like in the film industry, I use this analogy that you're always chasing the bigger, better, most promising. And often with that, you say yes to a project and then something else more promising or cooler or like with bigger, prettier, whatever is presented, then you dump this one and then you move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And that creates a mentality that you're never finding, nothing is ever good enough. More often than not, people pass on projects that are overlooked because they don't yet have the numbers or the traction or the promising in revenue. And what we're creating with One of Us is not just something that is going to work in 5 minutes, but in 5 years is going to be a category leader and something that other brands are going to start measuring themselves against. And it's already happening little by little, by the way, but too early to claim it. And right now it's like on a quest of looking for capital. It is so exciting. It's nerve-wracking, but it's also so exciting because we are getting into meetings and the attention of money folks that are like considering it, whereas a year ago or 2 years ago we would never be in a position to have a conversation with groups that we're talking with. And that is again testament of a grand potential that our brand and Rosa's vision and what we're creating together is and has been and is becoming. So it's a very arduous journey process. It's very nerve-wracking, and the excitement and the thrilling part of it is the same. So we're living right now in a state of mind of, but you wouldn't change it anyways. So new call.
We have to have a call. Today's Sunday, it's a Grammys day, and we're going to the dress rehearsal. A friend of mine invited me to see the rehearsal. I'm not gonna make it to the show tonight because guess what, Marco and I, we need to work on the One of Us stuff. But I'm so excited to see the whole rehearsal. And the dress rehearsal, for those who doesn't know, it is when you see the whole show basically from the beginning to the end with all the artists, but it's not the actual live show. And in 2022 I experienced the whole Grammys galore, going to the red carpet, doing the glam bod, seeing every possible star there is next to you. And it was just so beautiful and exciting. And at that time, when I was 21, it was even unimaginable for me to think that one day I will make it there. And not as just someone who is crashing the party, But as someone who worked on the project that indeed been recognized by the Academy, and it was like a huge mental shift for me as well. And since Marco and I will left music video world and we fully moved into film and TV, and then as you know later on, One of Us Mezcal was born, and that's what we are focusing on developing. And as a matter of fact, I am gonna be honest with you, I was trying so hard to get One of Us Mezcal into the Grammys this year. And it's a process. You meet one person, they connect you with somebody at the Academy, and then you trying to pitch them basically what you have. But this year they already had the liquor sponsor. But my goal is that next year One of Us is present at the Grammys. And I don't know exactly how I would envision it at this point, but I would love to do a tasting at the Grammys. Sometimes at the events before the actual show, there's like a lobby where the stars or guests, nominees have time to just hang and be together and spend time and get ready for the show, like a lounge uh, section. And I think if, not if, but when one of us will take a part at the Grammys, I would push for the tasting. And if not, then at least to have a bar and have one of us in there with nice bartenders and some drinks and beautiful design. Something what actually that Johnny Walker did for the Emmys last year. But that's a lot of money to do something like that. And one day we will be able to do this. But today I'm gonna go to see the rehearsal. I'm gonna be enjoying myself. I'm gonna be admiring the artists, the music, the production team who puts this whole monstrosity together. And I'm gonna be reflecting on me going to the Grammys at 21 and me going to the dress rehearsal at 25 as a founder of a mezcal brand, thinking, dreaming, putting out there that One of Us Mezcal will take the part at the Grammys next year. I'm taking you with me. I am not sure I will be able to film anything because it's a closed rehearsal. Phones are not allowed. And as much as I will be able to show you, I would love to show it to you and for you to experience something like that. Because, there's one thing when you see the final product, which is the actual show, and then there's the other thing when you see the behind the scenes and you just see how this whole machine operates and you see hundreds of people being there for weeks and building the stages and doing the camera blocking. It is just amazing, and I am excited for you to also see that and for you to experience it. So get ready and let's enjoy. Oh, you don't have to go home. Oh, you don't have to go home. I don't have to be alone. And you don't have to love me. I don't have to let it show. Okay, I am back home. There's so much work to do, but I wanted to just chat with you a little bit, debrief the Grammys rehearsal. I have a little bit of One of Us Mezcal. The bottle, the red, is matching my blazer. I have Slash behind me and Misfits t-shirt. What could be a better outfit than that after the Grammys rehearsal? Um, wow, it was so amazing, and I'm so glad that I finally had this experience of seeing Grammys show being put together by the production team. I got my little production badge. I look like a little kid who's just excited to be there. By nature, I'm an observer. I am very comfortable sitting in the audience and then witnessing the beautiful, awesome talent, showing their gifts and talents on the stage. When I have to be on the stage, I get a little shy, but that's how you expand your comfort zone and you keep doing this. And actually, for me, doing this YouTube channel was one of the reasons, because I wanted to overcome that shyness that I have in front of the camera. And it actually helps me to be more comfortable being in public and give some speeches or have meetings, talking to my team, and embracing the leadership skills of being out there, being in front of people. But that's not the point. The point is that all of us were enjoying the performance. Pharrell Williams with Clips were rehearsing their um, performance, and it was like low key, but they already had the gospel band behind them, didn't have any outfits, just them moving and giving like a 50, maybe 60% of the performance. But again, I turn to the right and I see Tyler, the creator, who already changed from his outfit, and he just looks like a normal dude that nobody pays attention to because nobody can recognize him, and he just wears a hat. But then he was like in the middle of the section number 2 and behind all the people, so basically nobody even knows that he's there, but I'm an observer, so I witnessed him, and he was singing with all his body, and he was just celebrating this artist being there and performing his favorite song, and he was just getting lost in this moment of just being in this moment of joy. I felt like I witnessed something that I should have not, but I did, and I will remember that moment forever, because this is that human connection that you see between people, sharing this connection through the mutual love for music, for sound. And those, Pharrell and Taylor, they are the same kind of people. They're the same breed of people. They see the world differently. They are true visionaries. And the reason why they're successful is because they are giving it all. They're living it, they breathe in it. There's nothing else that they care about but just music and creativity and the creative expression. And it's not easy. It's not easy. It's being responsible of, writing something that is so dear to your heart and then putting it on a piece of paper, then going to the recording studio and then trying to do your best and then finalize it. And then once the song is finished, you really put it out there in the world, hoping that somebody will relate to that. And after there goes the show aspect of that, where you have to entertain people. It takes a lot of strength to do and a lot of pressure, turn into that character, into that who they are, and translate that through the screen, and then give this energy away to the people that are sitting in front of him. And it is just so fascinating. And then seeing that big star now being a usual dude in the audience, who is like all of us, all of the audience, being there and celebrating his fellow musician, because they have again a mutual respect and understanding and love and passion shared. And it was just beautiful. I loved this moment. I really did. I love this. Every time when I see and I smell this mezcal, it is just reminds me of Oaxaca and Jacinto and the whole team and all the journey so far that it took us to make this beauty happen, to bring this into the world. Wow. And on this note, I need to go to the office and work with Marco, work on our identity for one of us. And as I said, it's not that one of us doesn't have identity. I mean, look at this, look at this beauty. There's just so much of everything. And this is indeed, the expression of who Marco and I are, and our creative expression, and the spirit that Jacinto created and put his all to make this happen. Jacinto, who's our maestro mezcalero, he reminds me the true artist, and this is his art. this is his music, this is his single, this is his album, this is something that he spent so much time created. And with Marco and I together, we were able to bring this into the world. So this is our song that we are sharing with people, and hoping that you guys will enjoy it. But yeah, getting back to the office, we're gonna have creative meeting, marketing meeting, and then in what ways can we make that identity visible and communicate it creatively. I'm having my last sip. Glorious.
No one comes to my rescue when I'm blue. My good intentions aren't the same.
Whatever you had before was beautiful and amazing, but indeed had too much text. It was dense.
But yeah, we launched February last year, and yeah, look at Las Perlas.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful, and we only brought 7,200 bottles to the U.S. That's it.
Okay.
That's all. Well, there's I think like 7,000 left, or like 6,000 and change.
Nice top it up.
Left. Thank you. And
We just finished one meeting with a guy named Pepe. We got introduced to him through our CEO, who introduced us to the gentleman who runs a restaurant here in LA. And then he introduced us to Pepe, and Pepe, he runs Los Angeles Tequila Club here in LA and also other states. He's very amazing, very knowledgeable. We did the tasting. He loved mezcal. He loved One of Us. And we're going to continue this conversation and see what type of collaborations we can do in the nearest future. I'm personally very excited. Marco is excited as well. And I will connect with you after the meeting.
The energy that I like with the brand. So.
Like flower, like that type of stuff.
yeah.
We just ended our meeting with Hunter and Lawrence, and this is what Marco and I love doing so much, meeting with people, sharing the story behind One of Us, sharing the story about Jacinto and why One of Us is the brand of mezcal that is positioned to lead this category in the alcohol industry. And it is just so beautiful to see other people relate to the message that we're trying to communicate through our brand. And that is not just a bottle of alcohol, a bottle of mezcal. It is a concept. It is a concept. It is a vision. It is a certain lifestyle that we're trying to bring and communicate to customers. And to successful week so far. We also were able to work on the identity of One of Us, and there are still so many conversations for Marco and I to have, but we already started lining up certain things, ideas, and I started my personal list of who we are and who we are not, and this helps me to really understand what direction we would like to go, what do we want to show, what we don't want to show. And it is a part of the creative process. It cannot be done in just a couple of hours, or maybe sometimes it can, but Marco and I are in the process, and it's gonna be a cool weekend working on this and figuring this out. If there's one thing that I wanted to end this vlog with, is this quote, because since we're all here building with purpose and with intention, and here we want to live our life and experience it not just to exist, but to be and experience. I came across with this quote today, and it was just so perfectly aligned with how I, see everything happening, not against us, but for us. And I wanted to share this with you. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. Can we please repeat it again? As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. When I thought of this quote, I thought, wow, it's like so profound, and I don't know why filmmaker talking here, but I just see that scene from Ghost Lord of the Rings, the third movie, when he's going down with the army of light into the darkness to fight orcs. Anyways, this quote spoke so profoundly to me because indeed, what is our purpose as human beings? What do we need to be or do to live this life to the fullest? And to me, the best thing that we can do is indeed keeping this light within us and sharing this in the world that is sinking in darkness, especially right now. And me as Ukrainian, I know what I'm talking about. I know what darkness is. And it is an interesting balance of being an entrepreneur, building One of Us Mezcal, and also exist in a world that so much evil and so much darkness exists. And not only that, but really close and present in my life within the context of where my country is right now and the tumultuous times that my country, my nation, my friends, families are going through. And there's always been a sense since 2022 that I live in between these two worlds, but I cannot dim my light because of the circumstances that I found myself in that might be dark and unfortunate. I have my light as a human being, and this is my body, and I bring that light to people that I talk to, people that I surround myself with, the random people that I meet in my life, and most importantly, the work. One of Us Mezcal is the extension of light within me and Marco, Jacinto, Nayeli, Rosalvia, Sarah, Walid, and everybody who is involved in this project and will continue joining this project as we grow, as we scale, and as we bring this project to more people. I love what I do. I love One of Us Mezcal. I love people that I'm building this with, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to do this. And I hope that whenever you take your life very serious, and that you find in a way to bring your passions and interests and purpose together, and that you are in a place that you dream big, but you also work very hard to bring that dream into life, into being. Thank you so much for watching my vlog. I am excited to see you in a couple of weeks, and I already miss you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. I love you. See you soon.
So Rosa pitched to the W Hotel an idea to do an experience with one of us for Valentine's, and it's already in the works, so it's gonna be great. And also, just now we got confirmation, it's almost there, that we're gonna be part of the NBA All-Star Week, and I think that's just wonderful. You know, I personally have been to many events like fashion weeks, NBA weeks, or whatever weeks, and Super Bowls and things like that. But to go as a brand with your brand, it's just another level. I'm very much looking forward to see what that brings along. It's going to be exciting. It's new, and the roller coaster of Rosa and Marco building One of Us. You never know what you're going to get. And I already subscribed and obviously hit the notification buttons because although we live together, I don't know sometimes what's happening in the world of Rosa. So by watching her blogs, I also catch up with my wife and partner. So you should do the same.